I had never felt so alone before. My heart wasn't just aching, but it was a twisted, warped feeling. I couldn't think straight when I had found out. My sister has been raped, beaten, and sold for drugs since she was 6 years old. Not by any random low-life loser, but by my father. I don't even feel the tears slip down my cheeks anymore. I am totally numb, besides the horrifying pain in my chest that no 12-year-old should ever feel. In fact, no person should ever feel this taunting agony. Realization is the worst part of it. I realize that it's not normal for my dad to always be high. I realize that a dad should never sleep with this little girl like the way he did. I realize that my whole childhood was nothing more than a tragic lie. I hold my hair back as I throw up, but nothing comes out besides heaves. Is it normal to sleep with a 6-inch knife in between your mattresses? What is normal? Is it normal to never be able to close your eyes in the shower because you know there is some unwanted man wandering your house? I hear my sister in her room throwing things around. None of us know how to deal with something so abject. We still hadn't seen Kaylee since the article came out. She was in love with my dad, even though he had done the most willful thing a person could do to another soul. He will be thrown in jail today. Then we will start the trials in a year. I swallow the emptiness in my throat. That's all we are now. Empty. I close my eyes as the image of him wanders in my mind. I start to feel guilt. Guilt for all the people he has killed. Guilt for letting this happen to my sister for 12 years. Darkness hovers over me, like a cloud spreading over the ocean. I want to wallow in the absolute emptiness, to know that I can't be hurt anymore, because there's nothing left. Baby lamb, come into Lucy's room. President Claire is here. My mom brings me back to reality. Who is that? Did the police finally leave? Is Kaylee home yet? I bomb her with questions that I don't know if I really want the answers to. He's our new stake president. Come on, she demands me. All my siblings are in Lucy's room, besides Kaylee. A tall, slender man with kind eyes sits next to the window. Hello, Rachel. I'm President Claire. He introduces himself. He has the most calm, gentle voice I've ever heard. I don't respond to him. 1 year later. Today is the day we go to court. The pain is still visible in all of our eyes, but we ignore it. So glad the worst is over now, we can finally live. Keeps playing in my mind. We have all been taunted by this day, knowing that he could be let free to haunt the rest of the world. We all say a humble prayer as we make our way up to Provo. We all have the same hunger for silence we never get in our crazy, messed up lives. Police sirens scream in our faces, rubbing it in that we never get it. We decide to wear pink dresses to support Kaylee and my mother. Our eyes are drowning in a pool of red, much like all of my sisters. None of us could sleep last night. We meet our attorney, Marissa Harns, out front. I expected her to be a too friendly, short old lady, but she was a total opposite. She holds her tall frame with total confidence, which almost gave me hope. Her green eyes sparkle with knowledge and courage. I give her a fake smile and thank her. I feel as if everything has gone numb again, but I can't stop shaking. I know that I will be seeing my father after a whole year. That's a scary sight for even the most wicked. We stop in front of the door, the one that holds my father behind it. I grab my sister's hands and enter. He's the first thing I see. He's still fat. He has one tooth, a resold from his drug, that he shows off with a big smile. I realize that he thinks he's going to be released. My stomach drops. Does he know something we don't? I start to panic. We make eye contact, which I can't break. I see so many unwanted memories with him. I turn away with horror written across my face. The seats are filled with our close loved ones and neighbors. How can we feel so lonely when we have so many people that love us? I notice his eyes start to flicker from one thing to the next, as if he can't focus. He's starting to get nervous. The judge enters the room and we all stand. She's a short, red-haired lady. My mom is called to the front. It is her time to testify. Even the worst I tried to imagine did not come close to what she has suffered, my mom said. She can't sleep, she's suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and she's suspicious of everyone. Each day I witness her disappearing a little bit more. He is like a wrecking ball destroying innocence. Thurgood Marshall. His name pops up in my head. He's the one my mom got her inspiration from. My mom finishes testifying. What you have done is truly unspeakable, although in this setting we are forced to speak about it. Judge Harns addresses my dad. The other word that comes to my mind is despicable. Contrary to what I normally do, I'm not going to recommend any credit for time served. I don't think you deserve the benefit of any grace with regard to the benefit of time served. The amount of damage that he has done to this young woman cannot be overstated, Marissa Harns tells the judge. What you have done to your own daughter has outstripped the imagination of TV show writers, Judge tells my dad. My dad stares straight ahead with no emotion on his face. You will spend 6 years in prison until you are eligible for parole. She ends up She ends with tapping her file on the desk. It's over. Did she only say 6 years? In 6 years, this beast of a man can be put on parole? Kaylee comes over and hugs me. I hold my sobbing sister that just lost the love of her life. I am so grateful for the judicial system. If it weren't for our amazing policeman, he'd still be wandering the country searching for new victims with his drug buddies. We have the most amazing men and women to help us. We can't even describe how thankful we are for the system. The system has failed us, but also saved us. I smile at the thought of not having to deal with him for at least 6 years, but I know that this isn't the end. I saw the smile that played on his lips when they took him away. I know that he has someone coming for us. He wants revenge.
All right, awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.